In Luke 10, verse 25 to 37, Jesus shares this incredible parable of the Good Samaritan. And it was in response to a question about inheriting eternal life. In fact, this story is actually Jesus' way of demonstrating what it is to serve God. In Luke 10, verse 27, right before Jesus shares the story of the Good Samaritan, he answers with, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." Then right after he says that, Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan. And it kind of goes like this. It begins with a man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho who falls into the hands of robbers. He's stripped, beaten, and left half dead. A priest and a Levite, both respected religious figures, see the man, but pass by him on the other side. However, a Samaritan, someone that was despised by the Jews, stopped and cared for this wounded man, demonstrating radical compassion. So what is Jesus showing us about serving him through this story? Well, first, we must be available to serve. Consider the journey of the Good Samaritan. Unlike the priest and the Levite, the Samaritan didn't pass by the wounded man. He made himself available to help. This challenges us to examine our own availability to serve God. Have we ever missed opportunities for service because we're too consumed by our own agendas or too hurried to notice the needs around us? The Good Samaritan teaches us that effective service requires a posture of availability, a readiness to even be interrupted or inconvenienced and redirected by God's call. So here's a question for us. Are we willing to slow down, reprioritize, and cross the road to assist those in need? And secondly, we also see through the story that we need to demonstrate practical love. The Samaritan's actions went beyond just feeling compassion. He demonstrated practical love. He bandaged the man's wounds, placed him on his donkey, and took him to an inn where he paid for his care. This teaches us that serving God means turning our compassion into tangible acts of love. It's not enough to just feel pity. We must take steps to help those in need. So, are we willing to invest our time, resources, and energy to make a real difference in the lives of others? So as we hear the story of the Good Samaritan, Jesus' reminder to us on how to love and serve God through loving and serving others, can we commit to being more attentive to the needs around us, cultivating a heart of compassion that moves us into action? This may involve stepping out of our comfort zones or sacrificing our time and resources, even embracing the messiness of human need. But in doing so, we participate in God's redemptive work, bearing witness to his love and grace. And that helps us build bold faith.